Good afternoon, ladies. I have to jump on. I just was talking to my sister, and we were just ministering to each other and just talking Bible, and we started talking about the woman with the issue of blood, and I just had to get on, and I had to just share with you because it's literally burning inside of me. Hold on.
Are you time for me?
Just a few minutes. We're gonna go nannies. So sorry. I know I've ministered this word before. I know I've talked about the woman with the issue of blood before, but I can't help but to get on tonight and encourage somebody to get a hold of their faith and get that. I guess the phrase would be bulldog faith. We just come back from Just to Kill. One of the testimonies was bulldog faith. So I'm gonna go with that tonight. But I want to read to you real quick, and I just got to tell you what the Lord is just alive inside of me tonight. So Mark 5, verses 25 to 34 says, "Now a certain woman who had a flow of blood for 12 years and had suffered many things from many physicians, she had spent all that she had and was no better, but rather grew worse. But when she had heard about Jesus, she came behind him in the crowd, and she had touched his garment. For she said, 'If I only may touch his clothes, I will be made well.' Immediately the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of her afflictions. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that power had gone out of him, turned around in the crowd and said, 'Who touched my clothes?' But his disciples said to him, 'You say the multitude thronging you, and you say, Who touched me?' But he looked around to see her who had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what had happened to her, came and fell down before him and told him the truth. And he said to her, 'Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction.'" I just wanted to encourage someone today. This story speaks to me every single time I talk to it, every time I read it. There is a type of faith that we've got to get a hold of, ladies. A type of faith that even when every report is against what would be contrary to what we're believing for, so you've got to get the kind of faith that diagnoses and reports cannot take away, that you've got to say, "I will not be detoured. I will not be," I'm looking for a word and I keep saying detour, but what I mean to say is that it will not take my attention away. It will not make me lose faith, quit asking, quit believing. We've got to get to the place where we see hell or high water, no matter what comes. I know what I'm after. This doctor can't make me stop. This report can't make me stop. That diagnosis can't make me not believe. We've got to get to the place where we are so focused on Jesus. We say hell or high water, whatever's in the way, whatever rocks, whatever stumbling blocks, whatever people's trying to stop us from getting to him. We've got to get so focused on him, said, if I could just get to Jesus, if I just get to him, yes, I may have to use wisdom and go to the hospital this day. Yes, I might have to go see this guy. But if we know within ourselves that it's Jesus and him alone who can do something for us, if we get that bulldog faith, like they said in Just to Kill, if we just get a hold of something and refuse to not go left, not go right, but see Jesus before us and run and get to him. Listen, this woman, you've got to look beyond just words on a paper. It's got to be more than black and white. You've got to get yourself into this story. You've got to be able to physically relate to this woman. Imagine for 12 years you're losing blood. I watched my babies literally lose blood and iron from his body, where he would have to take 3 and 4 hour naps to be able to function for 2 or 3 more hours, to go back to bed for 3 more hours. I'm not exaggerating you. Everybody said, "Kitty, this isn't normal." And I know it wasn't normal. But imagine trying to have a home, trying to feed yourself, trying to clean, trying to take care of your business, and having no blood. You have a consistent flow for 12 years. That's going to affect your energy. That's going to affect your mind. You're not going to be able to think straight. But yet, even in her place of where it was affecting her physical body, she heard about this man. She heard about this ability that when people touched him, when they were able to touch him, that they were instantly healed. So she heard, even in her sleep deprived and energy deprived mind and body, she heard and received the word of Jesus. Not only that, she spent 12 years on man, on physicians, on treatments, on herbs and vitamins and whatever they offered her. She gave everything she had to get whole, to get well. So she already had the determination to say, I don't want to live like this. Something inside her done woke up and said, I refuse to settle. Ladies, you cannot settle for just okay. When you are a child of God and you've got promises set before you, and when you've got a God that is the creator, you can't settle for just okay. It is work to put in to get complete wholeness. It is work to be made well. But when you get that determination, say, if I just get to Jesus, if I put the effort in, if I gotta crawl, if I've gotta beg, whatever I've got, if I gotta push through like a linebacker on a football lineup, that's what I'm gonna do. If we can just get to that mindset, then there's not one thing, there's not one enemy, there's not one diagnosis, there's not one report that can stop me from getting my healing. There's not one thing that can make me stay put for where I am and say, I'm just going to live here. I'm okay here. I got just enough bread to feed my body. I got just enough clothes to keep me warm. I got just enough contentment to be okay until I die. That is not good enough for me. And I know that there's many that is not good enough for you. So she already had a determination to give her all. And when her all wasn't enough, that's when she heard about him. See, even when we think we're down to nothing and we got nothing left, there's still one more fight in you. I know that there's somebody on this page, that there's one more fight in you. There's one more shot that you're able to give. There's one more call that you're able to call out, because it's Jesus that's waiting for you to call, that's waiting for you to get to him, because he's got something waiting for you. And you don't even gotta touch his hand. You don't even gotta touch his head. It's simply the border of his garment. If you can just get a hold, just the glimpse of, just grab a hold of it. We have that saying that we're hanging on by a thread. Make sure it's by the hem of his garment. Son, see what's in his mouth right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Get the thread, get the hem of his garment, and just hold on. No matter what's trying to shake you, must take your faith, you hold on. You refuse to let go, because you know what yours. If you don't know what's yours, then how can you hang on? You have to know what's yours. You have to know what's available to you. So when she finally realized, I've tried it all on man, I got to go to the next step. Then she refused to let society tell her to sit down. You've got to quit letting man tell you it's okay. Just accept this. Just be okay with this. This is your lot in life. Figure out how to be happy in it. You don't have to figure out how to be happy in a broken lot. Now, am I trying to say be miserable where you're at? No, you have to be able to you do have to figure out how to be happy with where you're at and bloom where you're planted. But you always got to be expecting the more, because if you don't expect more, and if you don't expect greater, then how can God give it to you when he says you don't even want it? He says, the Bible says that we have not because we ask not. And if we are just okay and we're content to just be okay, then we're not going to be asking. So yes, bloom exactly where you're planted. Be content for your now, but don't ever settle that this is all that's available to me. So this woman refused to let society tell her, sit down. You're not welcome. You're not wanted. You're not allowed to be here. You're unclean. You can't contaminate us. Do not be afraid to contaminate somebody when your faith is telling you, push on through. That you have just as much right. That the religiousness can't stop you from getting through to your Jesus. Because it's by faith that we are healed. So let's carry on and see the next thing I want to talk about, because if I don't keep reading, I'm going to lose it. Okay, so she heard, she pushed through. It says immediately the fountain of her blood dried up, and she felt. This is going to sound so stupid to you. You're going to say, Kitty, you're a liar. But I'm not joking. You guys have heard my testimony time and time again. I said I had got delivered just to kill 2016 of cigarettes. Prior to that, there was 3 other times. I know the power of God hit me and I was delivered. But you want to know, my messed up mindset told me, and I'm not joking, this is how the enemy was slyly kept me in bondage for several more years to come. I felt something happen at the altar, but let me just go outside and smoke, or let me go eat, and then I'm going to smoke again. I'm going to see if I really want it. Because if I don't want it, then I really am delivered. Even though I felt it, stop. Not only did this woman feel it and believe it, she received it. See, other times where the Lord had delivered me, I had felt it, but I did not receive it. Foolish me, yes, I know. So when you feel God has done something, and even if everything around you is still contrary to what it is that you felt, believe in what you felt God do, not what evidence around you says. God has told me, and I have felt in my spirit, that certain things are going to happen for me. Maybe the full manifestations haven't happened. Sorry, got a phone call and it completely knocked my phone over.
Mommy.
But you make sure that you believe what you feel. You receive what you feel. That is the truth. This woman received her healing because she felt it. She didn't say, well, I'm just going to go and see if this blood has stopped. And if I go 1 week, then I know I'm healed. No, she immediately felt the power of God hit her. She received that healing. She received the power that hit her, and she claimed it. She did not have to step out when Jesus turned around and looked at her. And I believe this is why she's here. Because when Jesus said, who touched me? She could have stayed quiet. She could have said nothing. She could have said, well, I'm not really sure if I was really healed. I did feel something. I was at the altar. I felt that power hit me. Man, I felt something change in me. But, I need to test this. I need to see, did this really happen? Is this really what's going on here? But this woman did not do this. She felt it. She received it. And when Jesus said, who touched me? She said, it was me. It was me. And this is what happened. And instantly I dried up. Instantly my problems were. Women, you've got to start testifying. You've got to start sharing what God is doing for you, because there's power in your testimony. There is deliverance for others even in your testimony. So when you feel that God has done something for you, receive it. Don't try to test it. Do be like foolish me and be bound for several more years to come because you want to believe a lie from the enemy, like, you might have felt it, but it's not real. Let's go try this out. Let's see if it, because what if she did not respond when Jesus said, who touched me? What if she stayed quiet? Would the bleeding have started again? Would her issue have still held her captive and bound for the rest of her life? Thank God we don't have to question, because we know, because she said it was me. I touched you because I knew. I heard about a word. I heard the word. You are the word. John 1:1 says that in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. This woman heard the report. She heard the testimony. She heard his name. She heard of his power, of his authority. That hearing, she's beginning to act on the word. She began to seek it out. It says the knock, it'll be open to you, or seek and you'll find, knock and be open. David, hurry up. Go get the baby out of the bathroom. Hurry up. Just go shut the bathroom door. Hurry up. Yes, go. Sorry.
No.
So unless you're seeking, unless you're knocking, unless you're asking, you're not going to be able to get it. So girls, don't be afraid, because listen, I've had to step out of the boat more than once, and I've went down, but I've never drowned. God is not angry at me anytime I've went down. As long as I reach out to him, let him pull me back up, and then I get out again. Because see, it's better to step out on faith and go down and let the Lord catch you than to never get out of the boat and try. I need miracles. Okay, I needed a miracle of my children, yes, but I need miracles even now. I need a son that a doctor can't heal. Yeah, maybe it's not life-threatening, but I'm still claiming a healing for my son, not just a healing, but a miracle, because I need God to do a creative miracle in him. I need something that no man can give me. And I'm telling you, I am willing to go through hell and high water to get to him, because my mind is set on him, because I know that nobody else can do it for me, but he can and he will, because he says, ask, knock, and seek. Then you will find, you'll receive, and it'll be given unto you. As his daughter, because I've surrendered to him, I know that I can have that. So I'm not afraid to push through. I'm not afraid to go into what society would tell me. I'm not afraid to step out. Because even if I fail and I don't get it here or there, I know that as long as I keep my focus on him, he's going to keep me from drowning. And at the end, I'm going to find where he's at because I keep reaching for the word, the manifested word of God. And the word can't lie. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out. And I want to say the last verse. This is, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. He sealed the deal. She felt that power, remember? He said, who touched me? She stepped out and said it was me because she knew, she felt the power hit her. She told him all that had happened. She fell before him. That means she was worshiping him. So she even worshiped even in the place of uncertainty. She might have understood and received, but still it was an uncertain moment still. So, but she worshiped him in that uncertainty. So then told him the whole truth. And he says, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction. Jesus sealed it. He said, look at this woman. She's pushed through. She's weak in her body. She's been discouraged. Time and time again, she's been let down by every man and physician and anything the world had to offer. She's broke at this point. She has no close friends because now she's unclean. She is by society's rule, by cultural. She physically can't be in anybody's presence because will contaminate you. You know, she's filthy. So she's lonely. Look at this girl. Even in all that, she heard about me. And at all costs, she says, I gotta get to him. And she refused to be stopped. She refused not to get her healing. She refused to be content with her lot in life and to find a little happy patch on side the road, lay there and die. Because she wanted more. Jesus says that he come to give us life and more abundant. She wanted the more abundant. And because it's your daughter, he gave her that more abundant. Ladies, I just want to encourage someone today. There's one more fight in you. There's one more risk that you can take. There's one more stepping out of the boat that you can do. I don't care how many times you failed before. I don't care how many times you were disappointed before. I don't care how much money you've lost seeking things out, or, you know, how it took a toll on you. One more time, you've got to reach out. One more time, you've got to push through. Because Jesus says, daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. He will seal the deal. Just one more time. Just whoever on this page feels that they've had it, they've gave it their all. Just one more time. One more time, ask, seek, and knock. Because there's an answer for you. There's a healing for you. There's a miracle for you. There's deliverance for you. I just got off the road, Rosie. I'm a mess. But girls, I just encourage you. Read that story. Let it be more than words on a page. Let it minister to you. Let it speak to you. Find your key, your revelation, that extra nugget, and go after him. Get focused on him. Don't let nothing else detour you and stop you and get in your way and hinder you, frustrate you, distract you. Because what you need is in Jesus. All right, be blessed.